G'day and welcome to another video by Burgess and his bike. And on this video we are looking at the Shokz Open Fits. So this video came off the back of a previous video that I did on the Shokz Open Run Pro, and if you haven't seen that, go and watch that because that's pretty cool too, and they fit a different niche. So this is off the back of that, where Shokz came to me and said, hey, you know what? We like the video and we would like you to have a go at doing another review on something that fits a different niche and potentially a different market. And I said, cool, let's do it. So let's do it. Okay, so I am a glass half full kind of guy, and a glass half full kind of guy talks about the positives first, and there are positives to come with these headphones. In fact, overall, my experience has been supremely positive, even more so than the Open Run Pro, but we'll get to the comparison a wee bit later. So the main positive that I would have with these puppies is your sound quality. So these pair with an app that allows you to adjust equalizer, which for the music geek in me tickles my little funny button. So I absolutely love that. But on top of that, the sound quality is just significantly better than the Shokz Open Run Pro. And in fact, any headphone that I've tried recently, and I've tried quite a few different ones. I've tried earbuds, I've tried a couple of different ones, a little bit of cheap ones, but also the Huawei's, and also my Marshall over-ear headphones, which are, like, let's be honest, genuine music headphones. And so I am thoroughly enjoying the experience that I get from the music quality of these, and it's sort of sent me back into some of my roots in regards to metal that I was going away from because I wasn't feeling like I was getting that deep thudding kind of bass. But also I was studying at the library and I was listening to some deep house because I wanted some non-distraction kind of music, and I was really feeling the groove while I was doing that, and I knocked out about 20 essays feeling that vibe. So, you know, these are really, really solid music headphones, and that is much more than you can say for the Open Run Pro. Again, different niches, different markets, but if you're into your music, these are a go. And don't let the Shokz label, and you know, you might have tried the Open Runs, don't let that put you off getting these, because these are fantastic. So your second positive is comfort, and the way that these sit on your ears is that there is a battery in the rear on both of them. So you've got your battery packs in the rear, and on the front you've got your audio bit, your speakers essentially, and they create a really good balanced product that sits perfectly on your ear without having to sit in anything, which means that you don't get the in-ear headaches. But also, because these are supremely light, and we'll go to the weight a little bit later, but because these are so light, I've worn these, no lie, for about 4 hours straight at work while I've been doing some business, and I've had no earaches. And I get earaches with headphones. I'm pretty sure most of us do, unless it's just me, but any headphones that sit over my ears, I get earaches. Not with these, and that's really, really cool. I've also worn them with a beanie on, or a cap, and so they've been pressing helmets as well, and they don't hurt because they are so skinny at that point where your ear would compress, and the bulk sits at the rear. And so in regards to comfort, these are supreme. So with those positives, let's have a look at some of the negatives, because there are some downsides. Okay, so for the negatives, we're going to do two negatives, one potentially a negative, and then another I have not experienced it, but other people have said is a negative. And so that would make 4 all up, but let's say 3 because 2 of them are halves, all right? If that makes sense. So the first negative, numero uno, is that these do not feel secure on your ear at all. Whereas I had absolutely no fear of the Shokz Open Run Pro coming off my ear. When I've ridden my bike with these, I have a genuine fear that these will come off. In fact, even when I've broken into a run towards the station to catch my train, I've worried that these could potentially come off. Now, I think those fears might be, for the most part, unfounded, because they do actually feel quite secure. But I feel like you would just need to catch your helmet strap the wrong way when you're pulling these off and they drop on the ground. And also, I feel like you would just need to hit a bump the wrong way for them to go. I don't know how sturdy they are. There does seem to be, maybe not glass, but some shiny plastic areas on these that I think potentially could go if they did land with a bang on the ground. And so the security is potentially a downside. Now, the other overall negative is the touch controls. So the controls on here are a long hold to skip a song or a double tap to pause. The double tap, I believe, is also to receive calls and to hang up on calls. So there are two options for this. So there is no increase the volume or decrease the volume. I find this annoying. Some people may not find this annoying, but to me, this is a frustration. Most headphones by this time have the ability to increase that functionality, and the Shokz open fits do not. And I think that is a negative on these. I would like to be able to increase the volume on one side, decrease the volume on the other, or hold down for an extended period of time to increase the volume. I feel like there should be that functionality, and you can't, which means if you want to change the volume on your music or whatever you're listening to, for whatever reason, some songs that I have are quite soft and some songs that I listen to are quite loud. You can't do that on your earphones. You have to take your phone out. So that's a negative. Now, another, the half negative is the fact that these are loud. These are proper music headphones and they will go proper loud. And so as a result, the sort of ability to perceive all of your surroundings that you have with the Open Run Pro, you don't have with these. Now, I've had conversations with people on sort of medium volume to medium low. You can't have a conversation with someone above that. You know that someone is talking to you, so you do have that awareness, but you can't maintain that conversation. Now, again, off the bike, not an issue, but on the bike, if you are looking at getting these for a fitness sort of headphone, you can't have that same functionality that you have with the Open Run Pros. These do cancel out a lot of the noise around you. Now, you do have more awareness than in-earbuds or noise cancelling headphones, but you do not have the same awareness as the Open Run Pros. If you're looking at getting a headphone that allows you to be aware of your surroundings, you either have these low, at which point you might as well get the Open Run, or you get the Open Run Pros and you have that extra security on the bike and all of those things. Anyway, the final negative, which is that real half one, this was sort of by Ekfer on Instagram, sort of said to me, just as a heads up, they don't deal with super drenching. So my understanding of this is like a super sweat session on the bike where you're doing a really heavy interval session, middle of summer, lots of water coming down, floods the headphones. Similarly, if you're out on the bike and it's raining a lot and you flood the headphones, my understanding is that they do not handle this very well. Now, I can't speak for this to this for myself. I've worn these on sweat sessions on the bike. I've had no issues and I've only thoroughly enjoyed them. And I don't go to the gym because I'm a cyclist. So I've never had like a big sweat session at the gym. And I also don't ride in the rain because I'm a civilized cyclist. And so I've never had that issue either. But apparently it is a potential problem. So word to the wise. Okay, so I think the reason why people are watching this is because they want a comparison between this and this. And look, they're chalk and cheese. So this is your fitness headphone. These are supremely good for being out on the road, having that full audible sort of perception of your surroundings. These are good for being in the home or for being in the office. These are amazing for knowing, listening. I've been sitting at my desk, listening to music. Someone talks to me, I know they're talking to me, I take the headphone out or I pause my music. It allows you to be present and functional in a social setting or in a semi-social setting without having poor sound quality or without having any real sound quality at all. So I've used these when I'm out on a walk with the baby and I'm listening to amazing tunes, but at the same time, I'm able to hear whether the baby's starting to cry so that I can address that. I listen to podcasts at night when I'm up at 2 a.m. in the morning, and I can hear what's going on while also entertaining myself, because let's face it, feeding babies at 2 o'clock in the morning is really boring. So these are your fitness headphone, and these are your lifestyle headphone where you would like to be still present. And I think that elements of society are going this way. I think the noise cancelling, I want to shut everyone out of my life and I just want to sit at my desk, is sort of going away. Now, there is one final niche where I genuinely think that these shine, and I think these are first and foremost for women. And I think my babies are about to cry, and so I will address this uno momento. Okay, so no, we're actually good, but a little bit of an advert. I'm listening to the baby monitor on these headphones, so that's pretty cool. But these and these both together, but mostly these, because I think most women want good music quality, allows you to hear your surroundings to an extent. And I think for women, this would give a certain peace of mind. And the only times that this really applies to me is when I'm sitting at my desk, someone sneaks up behind me and they tap me on the shoulder and they say, Aiden, and it's ah. But with women, my wife has told me that she often walks around with one headphone if she's coming home from the station at night because she's worried about people coming up behind her. These allow you to mitigate that. Noise cancelling headphones don't. And I think the noise cancelling headphones have a niche as well, like all products do. But I think people are the honeymoon period for noise cancelling headphones is dwindling. And I think people are starting to realize that there is a real case for having a headphone that allows you to hear your surroundings while also having supremely good music quality. And these aren't those headphones. They are so good. So again, with all of that, these are just incredible. So there are two things that I wanted to test. And number one is the weight. So we're going to go and test the weight. But the other thing is Shokz had a bit of a claim about charging, and I wanted to test that as well. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to come to final thoughts. Boom. Okay, so here we are at ye old scales again. Forgive the lighting, but this is a fledgling channel and I cannot afford amazing lighting. So I am using a big light on top of my GoPro. But if I turn the overall lights on, we get a flare effect. So these are the Shokz Open Run Pros, and you'll see they are a cool 28 grams. These are one of the Shokz Open Fit and two of the Shokz Open Fit for a cool 16 grams. As you will see, significantly lighter, and if you've watched the previous video that I've done, they are the lightest headphone that I own. Alrighty, so it took a little while, but we finally got flat batteries. So 5 minutes of charge. We're going to whack a timer on, and this is the proprietary charger. So into the computer and into the back. Hey Siri, put a timer on for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, counting down.
It's 9:25, so let's see how long they last. Alright, can report that it is 10:31 and they're still going strong. So yeah, it's true. Okay, so you're still here, and that means for whatever reason you want to actually know my thoughts on these. So I'm in a position where I've paid for one pair of these and I have not paid for another. So I think that gives me sort of a neutral ground. And I think the questions are, what one would I have preferred to get for free, or if I was only going to pay for one, what one would it have been? Now, for me, with what I want to do with my music and specifically with these headphones, it would be these. And the reason why is I have other headphones. So I've got my Marshall over ears that I would wear if I was out on a walk with the kids, and they fill my music niche. These fill my exercise cycling niche, and these are factually the better headphones to have on a bike. But Shokz is not trying to claim that the open fit are a good headphone necessarily, or the best headphone to have on your bike, because they are still better than over-ear headphones or than your in-ear headphones like your Apple AirPods or whatever. But these, if I had no headphones at all, would be my go-to, because the music quality is better. There is still a security. You can still use them on rides. Low volume, you would still be able to hear your surroundings. And overall, they fill a larger niche. These are very specific. They are, like I said in the other video, very much for cyclists. And that's one of the gripes I had with these was the bloody name. They're not a runner's headphone. These are a runner's headphone. Your AirPods are a runner's headphone. What runner is sitting there thinking, where are the cars? Why are you running on the road? But with cyclists, these are supreme. These reign above all others. But if you're looking at getting a headphone that is amazing, that allows for some of the functionality of these, but also allows you to fill the niche of the other headphones, these are incredible, absolutely incredible. And I've genuinely said to my wife, I cannot properly fault for what these are supposed to do. I cannot fault these headphones, and I absolutely freaking love them. They are so good. There are like minor frustrations like the volume thing, but like every time I put these on, I smile at the quality. Every time I put them on, I just enjoy the experience. I've never loved a set of headphones before, and I genuinely have an affection for these headphones. Shokz, you have absolutely nailed it with the open fit. They are so good. These are the headphones that I have always wanted. I never knew that I needed some of the stuff that I get with these, but far out they are good. And I just love the fact that I can say that with a product that I'm reviewing, because hot damn, they have absolutely knocked these out of the park. And if you were thinking about getting some headphones, definitely put these on the table, because I don't swear on this channel, but I want to, because fuck, these are good. These are good. Get them or don't. Anyway, that's the YouTube video done. Yeah, thanks for watching.